Hello everyone, hello guys, hello from Yuri Tufano, the Wolf of Amazon. In this new video, we're going to see how to build a team for your own success in self-publishing and how easy it is. It's important to create this school, and if not yet done, remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you don't miss none of my new videos. Having said that, guys, my gentlemen, it is very important to create for your own publishing. Beware, this does not mean that if you are starting today with your first booklets, with the very first digital products on Amazon, you need to build right away and everything. Your team. Obviously, you have to start creating your business, so start building some income. And then afterwards, it starts to become important to start delegating apart about work, okay? And I would probably be asking you, yes, okay, you said I need to start generating income, but how much income? How many revenues are we talking about so I can start building my app team?
Then we'll see in this video.
Later, and which figures to insert in your own films. But let's start talking about income. So we will also see in future videos how many books it takes to determine the entrance that you can more or less expect me. How many books do I want, for example, to get to my first boss? The early 2000s.
Selling 10 copies.
But what is important for you to understand at this moment is that creating a team, unless you have a lot of budget and you are starting creating the business of being publishing, Amazon with funds has significant funds availability. And so I'm activating a new business and I'm already putting on my collaborators because I'm already a seasoned entrepreneur. I already have a business doing offline business. Maybe I have 5 functioning jewelry stores. I have restaurants. I already have other offline businesses. They work. I decide to diversify. I take euro X, $1,000 and I invest in the business if it's publishable. But I don't do it firsthand. Franchise model, for example, or investor model. But let's assume you're a normal person. You're starting from scratch, publicly and money the captain, to take people who from right away, not just the beginning, to work for you. And this is important to understand in both cases, whether you have the capital to do it from the beginning. Okay, you don't have it, okay? The person who will work for you must be a person who in 2 cases, you know well how the publishing business works. And we will soon see what problems there might be, or doesn't know the business publishing at all. And in this case, it is more suitable for those who start from scratch and therefore do not have the budget to build. So you have the budget for building, you have so you completely delete the business and you play the investor. You will need a son, publisher, experience, who at least knows what he is doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, clearly you're investing. Suppose you're an investor, you invest in real estate, and you would never take as a collaborator someone who doesn't understand anything of real estate. Clear? So if you're an investor, you go searching to someone who already knows how to do it. If Fabio Sina is here, we could have a first criticality. Second case, you don't have the budget. Start learning to do self-publishing and then delegate. The importance of the process, and thus comes out of races, the importance of building a team. Here, I'm going to tell you in this video what I think about delegating the self-publishing business, because I have been doing self-publishing for years, precisely since 2018. So a bit of experience, if I may. Let me tell you right away that going to delegate in business, in self-publishing, it's not that simple. Why? How come? Hey, but you are now making a video about delegation and you tell me it's not simple. Of the races, and I'll explain why. Because I go to accumulate, to put as comparison, to bring as a comparison the self-publishing business to being a company artisan. But my private students will know, maybe they'll be smiling because they've already heard this expression, but that's exactly what I think about business and publishing. Business and publishing is a bit a craft job. What does it mean? Because you, if publisher, over time will acquire the skills, but they are not complicated skills. These are specific skills from the sector publisher. You will acquire these skills, so sector also specific in the self-publishing business. So you will have the deepening of knowledge in business and publishing. And if you haven't clicked yet, immediately click on the first link you find below in the description to this video. Surrender to 3
over 8 hours.
Free appeal on SIPA. Publishing. See you inside the course. As you learn to do this publishing, that you acquire skills and knowledge in the field of business, you will realize that this business will hardly be delegable around us. If you want to earn most of the royalties earned on Amazon. Why is that? Because, and here we return to the comparison that I just made you do. This is a business comparable to the craftsman. Why? This example. Imagine the craftsman who has his own shop. He takes the boy to work with him. I saw this happen even in the small company that my father had before retiring. And he had small construction company. I remember when he was younger and he had these boys who he would take along with these girls. Boys were learning, and punctually the most ambitious ones. Clearly not all, but the really capable ones, the good ones. Then they would open up to them. Reason. That's why
in business, in the sense of publishing.
I consider it craft work, because you will acquire so much skill, so much talent that cheers. It will be extremely difficult to keep a collaborator engaged who learns to do such a profitable activity, because if publishing, guys, is a really profitable activity, highly profitable, to the point that the boy you will take as a collapse, the collaborator will really agree. Definite in the collaborator's shoes, it seems to public finance, financed by the investor. If he's so good, clearly the monthly contribution or a percentage of royalties are not enough to pay your own collaborator. We will see him, okay? And we will see which figures to take for your own S&P 500 business. You only need one collaborator to run the S&P 500 business. But which collaborator? We will see in one of the next videos what are the delegable aspects. But the important thing you need to understand at this moment is that video, and you must necessarily delegate the business publishing more, partly but not entirely. So what are the delegable aspects? The business definitely is not delegable to me. I decided to do it unless you want to be the investor. Split 50 and 50 royalties with the person who is doing it for you. But you will see that this person becomes it. Because I have to split 50-50 with you. Now I have 5,400 of heroes. I earned 50,000. I can do this. It's a business on its own. You invested and you were left without a person. You have to retrain another person. And if you don't know how to do business, you have to send him to do some coaching. You have to get it trained by someone else at this cost and at a rotation that will happen more and more often. So always combine knowing the business. You need to start delegating it. It's possible to delegate something you don't know, so you need to prepare the business, and then after that start delegating the aspects that can be delegated, that cannot slip through your fingers. In case the collaborator should say, I will do the business alone. What are so delegable in the business? The delegable aspects of the business, not only that, surely the search for keywords, or rather you can get a hand to search for keywords, but then you'll see now maybe you're scared.
It's very simple how it's done.
You will see that finding keywords will then become one of the simplest processes of the business. So step one of the business, we have keyword research that I would delegate partially, not completely. So you look for the equivalent, you get a hand, you suggest the equivalent. Then if you decide on which topics to publish these booklets, these products.
Digital.
One part is certainly delegable once the topic is established. So let's say it's Pietro, Agheri, and Dalia, because you go around in Italian, in English, in French, in German, in the language that you want. Once the topic is established, definitely yes, delegable. Everything is fine. Thank you. Manual creation part of the materials. What does it mean? The book made with artificial intelligence, or delegated to a writing partner, to a ghostwriter. So your collaborator, if he will make books with artificial intelligence, full network, a fixed monthly or a variable part, depending on how much content you produce and your collaborator. It will produce materials, books, inscriptions, copies, and if you are inside the WePublishing paths, I will show you how to earn with artificial intelligence. At no cost, with these contents if you want to do them yourself. Otherwise, with WePublishing program, we do everything for you. Assuming you don't want to put a collaborator who uploads to Kappa for you, be a Kakoso of control, another container. Having said that, here based on description cover, your collaborator will not make the cover unless they are a professional graphic designer. If they are a professional graphic designer, in view, he can still do things over. Otherwise, you will turn to some charts. How much do these charts cost? We said several times, these are charts that cost 100 euros a cover, charts that cost 200, $10, $12 on doing everything. Besides that, I have parts. My students who've had success with Sepabrici made me produce their pairs. Interactives on Fiverr from a designer we suggest in our courses. So what does this mean for your collaborator? After it has started the keyword, it will produce the book and the description. And it will produce the brief and outline, the indications of how they should be. Your cover, the graphic designer will deliver it and possibly consult with you to see if the cover is done well or not. Having done this, it's just a matter of taking the material and loading it onto Mazotaptit. And your colleague can do this easily. Little abortor then, he will be the one to manually program the Aflipomo, while it will be you.
Just the pitch at the strategic level.
And the covers back and forth.
As long as the material is fine.
Upload, launch, and you will do the launch to get the social proof, and then there will be the management of the Amazonanza. If you're able to teach, you will also train your collaborator in the management of maturity. Yes, we simply do these parts of the business that are content creation, but remember that content creation only happens once. Absolute, while the real work of self-admission is that of maintenance. At the end of managing 2-3 times a week of the Amazonanza, see how the initial Amazonanza are going. See you next time. Bye. Eventually, just adjust the video and that's it. So this is what I suggest you do in terms of daylight for your business. A collaborator, a boy, maybe a young boy, rather than being online messing around with artificial intelligence that does not know how to use this tool, take it within his eyes. See you next time. Bye. Your team, sometimes you can also pay for 2 or 3 a bit, especially at the beginning. You look at my newly started business, but if you are good, we scale the business well, then you might get another chance. Percentage, or to the NF, or to the order of the royalties earned, thanks also to your work, Mamante. Always maintain stability control. Choose your keywords, choose which bonus to put. Maybe you won't cleverly say why you chose this bonus. So teach, but you will teach what is convenient for you in business management, in handling the more tedious practical part of the business. All the time-consuming part, all the part that takes away a lot of time, eliminate. The balance, parts that steal time. It will free you from freedom. Improve, 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 improve. To see even better what you can do in terms of quality, to overtake your competitor who is selling under a certain topic and so on. In future delegation, more lean and as dry as possible. A collaborator, an external graphic designer working for you if you want us from WePublishing to follow everything for you. Point to our website. Exactly, he won't have to do anything else but say, write the books on this wheel. And we will do everything for you. We will give you the book, we will give you the description, we will give you the cover. I have already studied the mini details of my team, and I should only go to publish. And you will be followed by my coaches, even in the management of half measures, okay? Well, guys, for this video on team creation and how to scale if they let the study out, keep going, here we are, see you in the next video.